Hey guys, welcome back to another P3D video. We are here at JFK International Airport. Dr. Dwesky Designs. This is the New York version 2, so this scenery includes New York JFK, LaGuardia, and Tetraboro, which is the private jet airfield that you might have seen on the channel quite a lot of times. So we are Jetblue A320. This is the first JetBlue entry onto the channel. This is the A320-232. So it's got the IAE engine, it's got the catering just currently loading on. This is so jetways, so once the boarding is ready to start, GSX will call over the jetway and we'll open the doors up. So I got some power on the aircraft, that's all I've done really. So let's go and get the MCTU set up. As you can see on the top of the screen, FSLabs runways.bin is still initializing. That's perfectly fine. It'll be done once we're ready. Right, all the navs can go on for IRSs, and cruise supply on, ground control can come on. Nav light can now come on. Let's go and set up the fuel and payload. Right. Before we set up the fuel and payload, so we're JetBlue and our call sign is JetBlue 787. 787, kind of cool, right? Bit ironic. We're off to St. Maarten. This flight time about 3 hours and 24 minutes, and it's going to be a lovely flight. Right, now let's do the fuel and payload. Right, so we're going to take 13 tons and 903 kilos, so it rounds up to 14 tons pretty much, and the payload is at 59.3. So quite heavy today, and we're off to St. Maarten from KJFK. And so KJFK to St. Maarten, which is TNCM, like so. Catering's finished. Let's go and close those doors. Let's actually open up the cargo doors. They take a while to open up, so might as well open that up. Across the next 20, we're going to be starting our cruise at 330, 360 actually, and like I said, we are JetBlue 787. So JetBlue 787, like so. 0 fuel weight can go in, and block fuel was 13.9, wasn't it? So that can go in. That did not do a 13 for some reason. There we go. That's all set up. And we go to the flight plan, do the departure. So we're doing a 3-1 right departure. So that's very close to us. And doing a Greek 5 as well, or Greki 5. Let's confirm the jetway, and we are. There's no transitions out of here, so just no trans. Right, JFK, and we need to open up the door, like so. So we're going from JFK, we're doing the Lima 459. There we go. And the Lima 454. All the way down to the Lima 459 again. Yeah, it doesn't like it because we've switched over. So we go to the Savic. I typed it in wrong, probably. Yes, I missed one waypoint out. Actually, that's why it didn't work. So 455 is Lima. Yeah, that should. That's terribly wrong. Let me just go and put in the correct waypoint. Like so, and then I have to redo that Lima 455 again. There we go. And Lima 459. To Savic, and then M592. That's off to Daza, yeah. And that's off to Flamo. Like so. All the way down to Flamo. This is a long flight. Flight plan, yeah. All the way. There we go. Right. Lima 461. like so. And I believe that is our last waypoint, and that goes all the way to Trinky. Like so. And that's it. That's the flight plan set up. Right, doing flaps 1 departure out of here. Actually, we've got the fuel on board. Let's go and turn on the seatbelts and passenger signs on. And let's go and get the AP started up as well. AP starting up. Okay. Right, doing flaps 1. This is a standard of up. Oh, we're quite heavy today, so I'm going to do 2.2. 2.0, sorry. And doing config 1, like I said, that's flexing to 53 degrees Celsius. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet as well. V1 and VR 147 and V2 is 148. So nice fast takeoff speeds. IRSs will be aligning in 2 minutes and AP starting up, which is good. Because we are in America, let's go and set the QNH, or whatever you call this, pressure gauge into the inches section, and the pressure is 3023. That's synced on both sides, awesome. Turn the CSTR so we can see the time of arrival of the waypoint. Turn all of these to VORs and the MCP for the ND. That can come up to 20, that can turn on the terrain. So once the IRS is aligned, we'll see that, which should be awesome. Baggage hasn't arrived yet, it's just over there. I might skip the video because no one likes to watch the baggage load on because it just takes forever. So passengers actually boarded up. Let's go and close up the forward door again. And AP is up, which is awesome. Let's go and get the AP bleed on and disconnect the ground power. Like so. Once boarding is complete, we can remove the wheel chocks, which is this one here. So we'll get to the doors quickly first. So, we've got the flight plan set up, we've got everything else set up. And all we're doing now is just waiting for the baggage to load on. So I'll be back in just a second, and we should have the bags all loaded up. Looks like we've got 4 crates to load onto the aircraft for each cargo slot, so that's 8 overall. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, welcome back. You see the sun's got a bit brighter, it's just the clouds moving over, which is nice. You can see it's getting really bright now. After cargo is finished, forward cargo is doing its last one. So to close the after cargo, GPS Prime is now back, which is awesome. And just waiting for the forward cargo to finish. And we'll be on our way. Once boarding is completed, we'll get rid of the jetway, which is awesome. So that's the good thing about SOD. Well, it's just awesome. Now just waiting for him to get lowered down so we can actually shut the door. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, just going to get that all the way in. What I'm going to do is get the PA system online, so we can hear that as we start the engines. I'm going to switch the, okay, forward cargo can close now, and disconnect the ground shocks. So we can go to the flight plan page, on that ND, that can go to that one, we can bring this up to 360, sorry, and that's all good. Okay, that's metric altitudes thing. Right, so let's go, and of course it does that. Those, oh, actually no, I thought it was. Okay, that's weird. Normally it like requests deboarding accidentally, but accidentally requested the pushback, which is, well, what we wanted, which is good. So we're doing a nice heavy takeoff today. Just waiting for GSX now to do its stuff. You see the jetway's actually gone now, which is awesome. It's going to get the beacon light on, and it's going to get the fuel pumps turned on as well. There we go. So AP's on, and the AP bleed is on, which means we can start up the engines as the packs are on, so the engines can get air fled through it, so it can start up. You can see we're doing a straight left turn out of JFK, which is nice. We can get to see the airport as we depart out of it, which is going to be awesome. This isn't as good as... oh wait, let's release parking brakes. The scenery isn't as good as FS Stream Team's KFJ, because this is like a pack. This costs the same price as FS Stream Team's JFK, but it includes 3 airports, which is why the buildings aren't looking as good, but the ground textures are fine. It's perfectly, it's all good. Right, ignition start. Let's go and start number 2, and let's go and get the weather system online actually as well. And TARA, start the timer as we're starting up the engines, which I've just remembered to do that, which is awesome. Fly now on Project Flight. Okay, no, it doesn't like it. Project Flight is now all good.
Boys and girls, a very warm welcome to your flight today. My name is Norman. It's my pleasure to be the
Okay, push back to the left.
Board. I have a great team working with me. At the front, Tim.
Let's watch the engine start up.
Carl,
This is the JetBlue terminal here, which is Terminal 5. So if you look at this, you can see we've got like this striped tail. Other JetBlue aircraft have different ones like this. That one's got squares. That one's got like graph looking one. That one's got awesome textures on it. And let's zoom out a bit because GSX is doing something very weird with our pushback. I don't care though, because I see what it's doing. It's lining up with this taxi line. That's actually not weird at all. That's actually really helpful.
That you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
Yeah, you can,
there are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle.
PA system going there.
And
Announcement.
at the front of the cabin.
Starting number 1.
Floor lighting will guide you
Parking
to
brakes
an
are
exit.
set.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Okay,
In
Project
an
Flies are set up now.
emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board.
And now we're going to wait for the
Your seatbelt is
GSX guy to
adjusted
come and
released
release
as shown.
the tow from
It
us.
must be fastened when the
Or the
seatbelt
tug,
signs
whatever
are
you call
on,
it.
and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Let's go set auto
If the
brake to
air supply
max.
fails,
Flight
masks
control
will
check.
drop from
Full
above.
left.
Pull a mask
Full
towards you
right.
to start the oxygen.
All the way down.
Put the mask
All
over
the
your
way up.
nose and
Rudder to the
mouth.
right. Rudder to
Hold
the
in place
left.
with the strap.
And like I said, we're going
Pull
to
on
pitch the
each
trim
side
up
to
to
adjust.
2 up.
Put on your own mask
Or
before
2 degrees
helping
up.
others. If we land on water,
Just-
take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head.
Come on, there we
As
go.
the tapes
Nice.
around your waist,
That's set up.
click together
The tug's gone.
and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft.
We're good to taxi. Let's
When
go
unsigned,
and
inflate
ground,
by pulling
arm
the
the
pod.
ground spoilers. Let
If
the
it
flaps
fails
come down to
inflate or
1.
needs topping up,
We're not
blow
going to blind
into
that guy,
the
are we?
tube.
No, which is
There
good.
is a
So we can go
light
set the
and
taxi
whistle for
light
attracting
on
attention.
and turn off the AP.
We also carry
like so.
flotation aids for children. Your
Left
tray
is clear,
table
right is
must now
clear.
be stowed, armrest
We're good to
down,
taxi.
window blinds open, and seatbelts
Set the
fastened.
ignition mode to
We
normal
wish you a pleasant flight.
and release the parking brakes. Yeah, GSX says that. It's really weird. Right, set the parking brake. Not set the parking brake. Set the pedal disconnect to on so we can actually steer the aircraft, taxi it around. So on our taxi in JFK, it's a really short taxi, like I said earlier. We just need to go left out here onto the Alpha. Probably we should go to Bravo, and then we can make our way the whole way down to the runway of 31 right, which is the heading of 315. So here's Alpha. We're going to make our way onto Bravo. Not going to stay on Bravo the whole time. We're going to merge our way onto Yankee and go to the hold short of Yankee Alpha, which is right at the end of this runway. So there's one runway you can see just there. The steering of this aircraft isn't amazing once you get lower FPS. Let's take a look outside. Yeah, we can see flaps 1 has set. Let's take a look at the airport there. On this side you can see most of the airport. Once you get past this terminal here. There we go, got a Virgin America A320 taxiing as well. Right, we've got a runway we need to cross here as well, but I don't see any aircraft taking off or landing on that side. Same for that side, none taking off or landing, so we're good to cross the runway, but we should turn on the strobes as we cross the runway as well. See the red flashing lights? They're turned off, meaning that we can cross it anyway. It's always good to make sure we can cross it. Right, we're just taxing our idle throttle, and we're like accelerating, which is awesome. Engine 1 oil temp is low, apparently, so it says to delay the takeoff. If we go to the engine page, it's not too low, it's making time to slowly make its way up. So, here's a Yankee Alpha coming up here. See the oversteer, which is pretty annoying. If we get the engine speeds quite high, it will bring up the oil temps. There we go. It's not too low anymore, which is awesome. And we'll make our way onto the runway. I kept the strobes on, that's fine. And all the lights on. Let's go and start the chrono. Let's go set flex. And flex SRS runway. Let's line up a bit of the runway, then we can get rid of the pillar disconnect. And so yeah, man flex SRS runway. Airspeed's alive. Making our way through 80 knots, 100 knots, checked. So nice and heavy. Slow acceleration takeoff here. Slowly bring the nose up for a nice rotation. There we go, there's the rotate speed. Nice, lovely rotation, very smooth. And there we are. There's a Cathay Pacific down there, 777 I believe. And we've got loads of other ones. We've got a, what is that airline again? Yes, TNT 747 cargo. And we can make a straight left turn around the whole of the airport, which is awesome. Let's take a look at the whole airport. Gonna bring the nose down just a tad, and then gonna probably bring it on the autopilot. Ground spoiler's gonna be disarmed, and yeah, need to reduce the throttle to climb speed. Set the first MCDU onto the flight plan page. And as you can see, there's the airport. It's probably, this view will be easy to see the airport. There we go. There's the whole of JFK, lots of aircraft down there, and I think our Virgin America aircraft we saw is just down there actually. Yeah, we've got Virgin America, a Delta, and another Delta taking off. Passing the slat speed, so we can bring the slats back up to 0. And making our way off to St. Maarten. Got a nice long turn around the airport, which is awesome. So yeah, this is by Dr. Dwecky's Design. It's a hard company name to say, but like I said, they include JFK, LaGuardia, which is probably over there somewhere. I think that's it there. Yeah, there's LaGuardia, and Teterboro, which is somewhere else. And now doing a right turn, sorry. And once we straighten up, we'll cut into the cinematics. Looks like the center tank is feeding into the outer tanks as well, because we do have fuel in the center. If we take a look at the fuel page on the lower ECAS display, that's not the fuel, that's the fuel. It doesn't want to go to the fuel page for some reason. Okay, that's perfectly fine. There we go. You can see it's got fuel in the center, which is taking it out of this center first, and then I'm taking it from the outer tanks and then the inner tanks. Okay. Right, it is the day. Let's go and turn off the lights. We can see, everyone can see this massive JetBlue aircraft. It's flying everywhere. So yeah, I'll see you down in the descent into St. Maarten. It'll still be the day, don't worry. So it's going to have a lovely approach into St. Maarten. That sea textures though, the textures I have for the ocean and sea are just absolutely gorgeous. And the way the sun reflects off them, it just makes it so realistic as well. You see the clouds reflecting in the sea as well, which is, I think the sea is the most realistic looking thing in the sim right now. So yeah, I'll see you down in the descent into St. Maarten, or it will be about 3 hours time. Enjoy the cinematics of this wonderful aircraft, and goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back into the descent down into St. Maarten. You can see we got the speed brakes out. We are trying to slow down just a tad, and we're slowly making it. The VNAV profile was a bit crazy, if that makes sense. As in, it asked me to top descent at some point, and then it like changed the top descent to behind the aircraft, so we're doing a bit of a fast descent, trying to catch up with the VNAV profile. I believe this little jagged line here means that's when we catch up with the VNAV profile. Descending down to 2,600 feet, you can see, like, if we kept descending at this rate, we'll hit 2,600 feet at this point here, but we won't, because as soon as we reach the VNAV profile, we'll be descending a bit slower, and there will be no need for the speed brakes. I've got the passing signs on as well, as you can see up here, and all the other lights are on that are required. So now I'm just keeping an eye on the PFD to see if we need the speed brakes until we reach the VNAV. So the current conditions at TNCM, pressure of 3009. It does say the speed brake's still out, but that's because throttles are idle. It doesn't matter. Let's actually just wait for the VNAV. Yeah, the pressure is 30.09, temperature 29 degrees, surface winds of 100 at 12 knots, which is awesome. Right. So the winds are a bit variable, but it shouldn't be too bad. I can slow down the rate of descent actually. Probably be a bit more realistic. Let's go and get rid of the speed brakes now. And instead of being on the VNAV profile, we can just be on our own profile, shall we say. That seems a bit better. You can see our rate of descent's decreased VNAV profiles. This has gone a bit further back. So if we decrease the rate of descent down to 1800 feet per minute, maybe 1700 feet per minute maybe, it would be a good idea. So that's when we reach the decel point, we can decelerate and turn into St. Maarten. So the surface winds are 100 at 12, which does mean it would like to be a 09 approach. Is it 09? It's at 10, sorry, 10. It's a 10. For some reason the weather's being it says 09. But yeah, so 10, runway 10, or 10. I should probably say that's the VNAV profile, and it's 10,000 feet, which is the good approach, and not the hard one. Yeah, which is awesome. Zoom in on these NDs. The aircraft, I'm just going to bring out the speed brakes. So the aircraft is trying to keep the nose up just so it can decelerate. So bring the speed brakes out, we can actually catch up with the VNAV again, because that VNAV just hooked in. So what's the transition altitude at St. Maarten? 5,000 feet. No, transition level is what Airbus uses, which is 6,500 feet. And like I said, that was a 3009. Let's go put all the other stuff in. So QNH is 1019. 29 degrees at 112. So there we go. And we're doing an LNAV approach, or VNAV. No VORs, we're doing the VNAV approach. RNAV, sorry, not which just uses the LNAV, which gives us an MDA. This is MDA, not the decision altitude, of 700 feet, like so. Okay, catching up with that VNAV again. Do we still need the speed brakes out? I'm not sure. Let's get rid of them, see what happens. Nah, no need for them. Awesome. The water still looks so good though, doesn't it? Also, hope you like these cinematics. Ooh, the first island coming in. The first island of the Caribbean I can see. Nothing else though. Can't see St. Maarten itself. That's fine, don't worry. So we're about to approach 6,500 feet. The reason why I'm flying at 250 knots is in America, you meant to be under, if you're under 10,000 feet, max speed anywhere is 250 knots. Right. Yeah, so at Avaki, we're going direct to Avaki, by the way. So we're missing out the Chunky waypoint, and that takes us to 2,600 feet, which is what I've entered here on the NCP. That's the transition altitude 3009. $19. There we go. Awesome. Right, what's the saying? I have no idea what I was saying. But yeah, I thought that in the MCP is all good. I'll do direct to Avaki, which will put us straight onto the well, not a localizer. This is the RNAV, so I'm going to do like a do a manual landing with the Pappies. It'll guide us through. So it's not a typical landing with the VOR. I thought we could be a bit awesome and do a RNAV approach. I think the best RNAV approach I've ever done is the RNAV approach into Seychelles. Can't remember what runway it was called. Yeah, the RNAV approach into runway 13 was my favourite RNAV approach. It was just so good. Right. So seatbelt signs are on, landing lights are on. Like I said, I didn't say anything actually. We're doing config full landing. The runway is 1,000, not 1,000 meters, 2,300 meters, which is perfectly fine for a low auto brake and idle throttle reverse. So we could turn around. Actually, if we do a bit, maybe if we do full reverse, we could spin the aircraft around on the small aircraft turning area, which should be good. And we get ourselves a little parking space. I think JetBlue use the terminal. I'm not sure. Right, let's go down to 10. That'll come down to 20. So when we go into the RNAV, I'm going to bring this to the nav page, so it'll be easier to see. Those clouds were very trippy when we entered them. I thought the nose was going down, if that makes sense. Right, I'm going to bring this down to, what's that, 700 feet. Go around at 4,000. So this is the time for the aircraft to decelerate, and apparently it wants to decelerate all the way down to 140. So that's fine. It's decelerating. Let's go manual. So we don't want to go too slow. Let's keep it like 210. Just before the turn, we'll bring it down to like 180 or 150. And there's the island St. Maarten there, and the airport. It's just loading in. I think it's just got some black textures there still. Just be holding at 2,600 feet, and so we turn. Let's go set flaps 1, so the aircraft can fly a bit slower, so we can bring it down to 200 feet. 200 knots, sorry. You can see our flight time has been 3 hours and 46 minutes. Right. Gonna get ready for the left turn, so I'm gonna bring down the speed. So let's say 160 and bring it down flaps 2. That will help us decelerate a bit more. Get the approach activated. And there's the turn. We've got some clouds coming through. We might have some wind condensation. Yeah, we do. Awesome. Right, speed's coming down to 160. And don't have the runway in sight. Got some couple clouds in the way. That's fine. The aircraft should start descending again. And let's go and set the ground spoilers to armed. And the VNAV's coming back in again. I had the runway in sight as well. Might not come out on the video quite well, but I do see the PAPI lights, which is good. And we've lined up.
$2,000.
Right, let's bring that to the nav. I'll zoom out a bit, so we can actually, let's keep it down to 10 nautical miles. Let's bring this down to 1,700. That's when we reach the lessor. Just hold it here. 160 knots. As soon as we get to see some PAPIs come in, still the full reds, meaning a bit too low. As soon as we get some more PAPIs to come in, That'll be good. I'll release the autopilot and land it ourselves manually. There's the first set of Pappies. I think there's both Pappies on now, as in 2 reds, 2 whites. So I'm going to go gear down, flaps 3. Gears coming down, flaps is 3. Let's go set flaps full. Coming to an approach speed of 150. What is our landing speed? Or approach speed meant to be? Approach speed is meant to be 140. Let's bring this down to 140 then. And let's go and get rid of the autopilot. There we go. My aircraft flaps are full, gear is down, 3 greens, ground spoilers are armed. Right, bring this down, the aircraft down to the VNAV profile, like so. Let me just bring this up to 4,000 feet if we had to do a go around, like so. FPS is looking good. So I can't blame a bad landing on FPS. So I think we are just a tad to the right of the runway here. So let's bring the nose to the left. There we go. That's now a bit too much to the left. Got a bit of lag spike there. That's really weird. Now it's all up to us now. Right, it's take a minimum, so let's go continue. Did say the winds are variable, so the winds are blowing us around quite a bit. The winds aren't too strong, that is a bit too severe, but we are on an A320, so it's a lot harder. You might be able to hear me from the gear quite a bit. We're doing quite well to keep 2 reds and 2 whites on approach, which is awesome. I think we're just a tad high on the other hand though, so let's bring the nose down just a tad.
100.
There we go.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Right, out of throttle.
10. 5.
There we go, touchdown. Auto reverse. Max reverse. There's the short aircraft turnaround point. Right, reverse is in. Looks like I'm not going to make it there, so might as well bring the reverses in. Manual braking. Welcome to St. Maarten, everybody. Let's go and bring the pedal disconnect on. And I guess we could spin around here. Right, the flight director's off. And all the way around. Stop timer 3 hours and 52 minutes on the flight time. Oh, idle throttle, a bit more power to get the aircraft around all the way. Let's go and clear up the NDs as well. There we go. Right, let's go clear up now. Spoilers coming in, flaps coming up. No need for landing lights anymore. I'm going to keep the strobes on though.
The cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform.
Okay, that's weird. It just cut out. Right, let's go and request ourselves a little gate, shall we? So let's go gate A, 'cause that's where the terminals are. And that just say military cargo, I don't know why. Let's go for gate A4, shall we? And to do, no, follow me, thank you. That's loading in GSX with Menzies. I believe there's 2 other JetBlue aircraft here already. Yeah, there are. nice fast taxi at 30 knots. So if we're parking at A4, Alpha 4, we can come off at Charlie? Yeah. So we can exit the terminal, exit the runway at Charlie. If you want to know what the landing rate was, the landing rate was minus 185. Minus 185, and that's feet per minute. So there's Echo, there's Delta. I guess we could enter at Delta actually. That seems plausible. Right. Turn-offs, strobes. APU, let's go and get that APU started up. Yeah, it's 2 JetBlue. We've got what? I don't even know what that airline is. Is that Delta? Is that a Delta? Yeah, it's a Delta 757 with the pink livery. There's only one JetBlue. There's a United 737 in the back. Because this is real world time, that's why that JetBlue is here. Because well, it's here at the same time as us. It's the real world time and the time of that aircraft flying here. JetBlue 787 from KJFK. That's Alpha 3. I would just say Alpha 4. So we're going down this route. We can turn off the lights. I do not like to steer this aircraft at all. You might be able to tell. Right. So yeah, Menzies, and yeah, we got a marshaller. Awesome. And we've also got a jetway, which is great as well. I've no idea if JetBlue park here, but hey. Right, stop there. Jeez. Oh, God, the brakes are so bad in this aircraft. Right, parking brake is set. AP is running. Let's get the AP bleed on. Shut down the engines. Go to the menu pages. And IRS is off. Fuel pump's off. Seatbelt signs off. Beacon off. And yeah, that's that set up. Go to the doors. Let's go and get the jetway. Go to the doors. Open that door. Open up the cargo doors and request deboarding. Yeah, the jetway works, which is awesome. Yeah, because the airport's not fully compatible with version 4 yet. Just getting a bit scared if the jetway wouldn't work. But it works. There it is. It's all connected up. So yeah, welcome to St. Maarten. Got a bit of oil spill over there. And with this JetBlue A320, all that United's going. I hope you enjoyed the fight today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.